All you really have to do is just work the leads, work the leads. If you're crappy on the phone talking to people, jump in a training. You get your website, the CRM, which is incredible. Like I said, I wish I would have got this question beforehand because I could go on and on and on, McBilly. So you just let
I
me know
got you.
whenever you want me to stop.
Cool, guys. So we are live today with Steven, and Steven is kind enough to take time out of his day to talk to us about his experience working with Good Vibe Squad. How's it going, Steven?
Real good. How about you?
Awesome, bro. Awesome. Well, I appreciate you hopping on here. Why don't you just kind of real quick, just introduce yourself, Steven, your name, where you're from, and what do you do?
Awesome. So my name is Stephen Allen, born and raised in Southern California. Got in the mortgage industry about 20 years ago. I've just been kind of doing that ever since.
Sweet.
And then, yeah.
So, dude, I know we were kind of talking about this briefly, but can you walk me through, bro, what made you decide to even sign up with Good Vibe Squad, or how did you even come about learning about Good Vibe Squad and, hiring us?
I was working for a broker. We had tried different lead sources, of course, trying to get realtor leads or realtor partners and things like that. And one of the things that in my time in the industry that I didn't like about being, kind of like an outside loan agent, a lot of my career has actually been in phones, call centers, whenever, we're just kind of trying to find some realtor leads, that kind of a thing. But I used to hate having to beg for leads from realtors. And, if, bringing in donuts or something to go meet these guys, and then you're kind of on your knees asking for things, and, you just don't get a lot of loyalty that way. So if I had, a pre-approved borrower in hand, I mean, obviously that's a lot better. And we kind of flipped through some different places. There was my branch manager and a couple of other loan agents on the phone, had the long presentation. And I was just like, I think this is something different. I like what they provide, or what Good Vibe Squad is providing here. I kind of wanted to look into it a little bit more. Got to see kind of how everything worked a little bit more. And honestly, when it comes down to it, McBilly, you were the guy. The sincerity that you propose. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that are doing this type of thing, right? I mean, obviously, Good Vibe Squad's doing a lot more, but I kind of buy from people. In this industry, a lot of BSing out there. And I think that, while I love Preston too, so don't get that, don't get it mixed up. Hopefully, if he sees all this, but Billy, you were the one, man, and in addition to everything, is just that sincerity part. And I wasn't wrong, right? So ever since I've signed up, the genuineness on a personal side has been humongous. I mean, sorry, I know, but my brother passed away. I don't even think I mentioned it to you guys, but maybe to Amy. Good Vibe Squad sent me a little care package from you guys and stuff. So it was just, I don't know. I mean, that's that sincerity, that personal side. Now, on that business side, the desire that you guys have to make sure that we succeed, Preston's calls, your calls, it's just the business aspect of it. You guys care. You guys want to make sure that everybody succeeds. Good Vibe Squad, I mean, it's just from top to bottom, everybody is there to make sure that we succeed. The leads come, and and you got to work, and you got to make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to do on everything. But Good Vibe Squad is there to make sure you succeed as an LO, even in this time. And everybody, just like I said, top to bottom, has just been awesome.
Based on your experience on maybe working with other companies, or what that process looked like for the others in comparison to now working with Good Vibe Squad, what is that difference for you?
Other than the awesome personal side of it all, and the way that you and Preston, and the way that that personal touch. But other than that, I mean, dealing with other companies, I just don't think you get the bang for your buck. I think one of the biggest differences for me in this is, hey, are you struggling? Me personally, I can say just me personally, struggling, say, with the social media part of it. I mean, these are things that Good Vibe Squad puts out there that you don't necessarily have to do. You don't necessarily have to follow. It's a fantastic thing to do and follow, though, and you should. And it's step by step, because like I said, for me, social media is a struggle, but you guys have a whole thing for that. And guess what? If I don't understand it from the videos, you guys are at my fingertips answering any questions every single week, either you or Preston. You guys are there. I mean, it's crazy.
Now that we have been working together, a lot of people are, especially in our current market, they just need more opportunities and they need more leads. Can you walk me through what is your experience now that we have worked together? in terms of us generating leads for you?
Great question, because that's where the rubber meets the road, right? At the end of the day, being in call centers and, basically my entire, sales pitch, basically my entire career, I'd say at least 3/4 of it, and being through several companies as well, like working for several companies, the quality of lead, it's a grind, it's a grind. You get the, who are you? Why are you calling? A lot. You're having to sell these people all day long on you, on this, on that, on the company, everything else. The quality of lead that I get from Good Vibe Squad is, even if I can't do anything today for somebody, if I get them on the phone, it's almost a lock. It's insane. First of all, the Good Vibe Squad, the weekly, trainings give you a lot of tools and that has helped me tweak my approach. When I get somebody on the phone, almost the level of initial commitment that they have, whether that's seeing the videos or seeing my funny little mug on the website, whatever it is, they're really, all you have to do is throw a little personality and professionalism in there, and they're hooked for life with you. And that's the difference. Everything else is very transactional. Everywhere else I've been has been very transactional.
Can you kind of like walk me through what the comparison is from your call center days versus your conversations that are happening now with our Good Vibe Squad marketing?
Yeah, and whatever you guys do on the marketing side, that's what I give you my my ad spend for. So that's incredible. Like, that one I will never understand, and I just appreciate that so much. But as far as once you get there, I think one of the great parts of the training I loved was, talking about, like our origin story thing, and then also secondly, building, the client to be the hero of the story, right? And so just huge differences in attitudes towards getting a client for life, and the CRM portion of it as well. I hate to call it the loan officer's dream or whatever, for the way, the machine and like, the in and out of it. But, if I don't really, have anything to follow up with, but you got to keep in touch, and, how are you getting all of these leads and staying in touch with people? Just the way the CRM is set up, when somebody first comes in, boom, there they are. And just the different stages you can move these leads to along the loan process, even to a point of a holding area where, hey, I know I got somebody, we're going to go somewhere with them. These guys aren't going to be ready for another couple of years. How am I going to retain that? Remember that, all the leads. So the automatic generated messages and calls and voicemails that Good Vibe Squad provides in each of these stages just keeps everything straight in my head, keeps these, leads, these borrowers in, top of mind.
For the other people that, other loan officers that might be watching this video, and maybe they're looking for a similar system, a similar marketing partner, they want more opportunities, especially now in our current market. Maybe they're looking to work with Good Vibe Squad, but they're skeptical. They don't know, like, oh, this is actually work. What would you tell them, Steven?
In all sincerity, I've never had this before in my career. I wish I had this. I'm 43 years old. I've been in it for 20 years. Some of it I didn't, jump up, but the first time, I wish I just had this before in my life, period. Specifically with Good Vibe Squad, like I said, there's the personal piece of it. McBilly, you're the man. Preston, both you guys, like I said, everybody, even Amy. No, the difference is, I think, for one, the solid lead, the leads are just solid, period. I always, anybody who kind of complains about leads, I would like, you just come over and hang out. We'll go back in time and like, I'll show you some of the stuff that I used to have to work. You know what I mean? And the things that set it apart, the training, I think the training is humongous. You would have given me this question in advance because I have so much to say on this part. Honest to goodness, McBilly, like, I hope you know that. And I know we have a lot of conversations with that, but there's just so much. And if you break it down, dollars per lead, even. If you wanted to break it down to that, for a good exclusive lead, you're, looking at least 60, 80 plus. I've paid for those leads before, and the leads that I get from Good Vibe Squad are none better than that. It's a different attitude. You guys understand that, like you were talking about, you gave that Google and, buying before they even talk to somebody. You guys have it set up or Good Vibe Squad has it set up that way, that it's set up to be that way. And then all you really have to do is just work the leads. If you're crappy on the phone, talking to people, jump in a training. You got 4 times a week we can jump on some training, and from different angles, different topics. You get your website, the CRM, which is incredible. Like I said, I wish you wish I would have got this question beforehand because I could go on and on and on, McBilly. So you just let me know whenever you want me to stop. But
I got you, man.
But the CRM, just being able to really organize your day, organize your month, organize your year, for everything. It's there.
At least people could also see that this isn't scripted because this is the first time we really use questions, bro.
I'm just rambling away, or you're like, all right, you bring it back. Yeah, bring it back.
No, all good. They're looking to grow their business. Other loan officers that may be actually looking into, maybe Zillow leads or other options and like lead generation, and maybe they're potentially thinking about Good Vibe Squad. They're unsure, they're skeptical because they're not sure about the current market. Oh, does the lead still work? Is it still a good investment? Like, for those people that are unsure and skeptical, like, what would you tell them, Steven?
Good question, because, I've had those little questions myself. And like I said, like we talked about and you mentioned, it's time to invest in yourself, right? And I really do think that the angle that Good Vibe Squad comes from, the value that they provide, it's almost mandatory for your business to grow your business, in my opinion. For all of the tools and everything that you get with Good Vibe Squad, it's just the place to start, and it's the place to end, really. With Good Vibe Squad, it's given me a different, personally, I've always been confident in what I can do and that kind of a thing, but the market is scary, right? So if you you can do it, and sometimes you just don't know where to go, where to start. Day in and day out, I have a different level of confidence in this market, in my future, that I probably never had. And that's what Good Vibe Squad's provided me with, because it's proven. I've worked it. It's proven to me. And if somebody's not jumping on it, honestly, I don't know what else you're going to do. Good luck. Wish them the best. But you want a good, solid, easy way of doing it. Not that it's easy, but it's definitely easier than anything else out there. I'll tell you that. I've tried it all, man. I'm 20 years plus in this game, because I've always been willing to invest in my business. That's what it comes down. Always willing to kind of roll the dice, and some things have worked a little bit and some things haven't worked at all, but this works fully 100%. So like I said before, you're stuck with me, man, for a while.